Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be dissecting a couple clips that got way too much attention and way too little pushback. And we're going to be discussing the Battlefield's community's complete lack of accountability when it comes to the mistakes they make in their gameplay, and the fact that they use their massive skill issue to advocate for the removal or just the massive dumbing down of the game and essentially the destruction of Battlefield's gameplay just because they're incompetent and can't really play the game very well. And, you know, I know for some people this is going to be a very hot video, very inflammatory video, but if you really listen to what I'm saying here, I honestly don't think there's any way you can really disagree with what I'm about to show you. So let's get right into it. If you enjoy the channel, if you like informative content surrounding Battlefield 6, this is a channel for you. Hit the sub button, hit the like button, and, well, let's get right into it. This is going to be a complete doozy. So as I mentioned, this video was inspired by a couple of posts that got way too much traction and way too little pushback. And unfortunately, that is extremely common in Battlefield. And just in gaming, and I think in the world in general. There is a mainstream opinion that is massively supported, and any dissenting opinion is immediately downvoted and insulted and hated upon and pushed down, right? Suppressed. And that is exactly what happens in the Battlefield community. This is the first post, and then I'm going to be going over a second post. The post is entitled, "I Got Call of Dutied." Now, I'm going to watch the clip, and then I'm going to take issue with the title, because the title's bullshit. And then I'm going to break down this clip and explain why the person posting this is actually just shit and missed and died and should have died and got completely outplayed, and his death is completely his fault. Now, let's watch the clip to get a baseline understanding of what actually happens. We're going to watch it 3 times at normal speed so you guys understand. Okay? So he's holding a corner, gets jumped and jump peek and died. Okay? Let's watch it one more time. All right. So now that we've established what happens in this clip, I have to take issue with the title. He says he got Call of Dutied because, well, I presume he considers the slide and the jump after the slide to be Call of Duty mechanics. This is complete bullshit. You got battlefielded, bro. I know you don't want to admit it. I know the cope is to call any advanced movement Call of Duty, but the reality and the objective, factual nature of Battlefield is that it has advanced movement mechanics in the game. Battlefield 3, you could jump peek, you could crouch spam. Battlefield 4 had air strafing, crouch spamming, jump peeking. Battlefield 5 had sliding, jump peeking. You could switch lean in midair. You could bounce off of windowsills to maintain momentum. In Battlefield 1, there's a slide. Pre-nerf slide was so good they nerfed it, they over-nerfed it. 2042 movement, you can jump while shooting, you can slide, you can gain momentum with the slide. Battlefield 6, same thing. You can gain momentum with the slide, and you can jump, and you can crouch spam. However, the movement mechanics in Battlefield 6 are incredibly penalized and extremely detrimental to your gameplay. And I'm going to explain how by going over this clip. So, number one thing people need to understand when looking at this clip. This POV right here, the person that's playing, has every single advantage he could possibly have in this gunfight. And actually, the enemy puts himself at further disadvantages when he reacts to the fact that he's getting shot. This person is holding the corner with prior information, which is why he's so confident about this corner hold. In a game with 150 to 250 average millisecond time to kill, which means you can kill somebody before the average human reacts in this game, and he catches this guy completely off guard. So if this person is any halfway decent, he kills this person without taking a single point of damage. Now let's play this clip a little bit. So as I mentioned, he has the full advantage in this gunfight. Pre-aim, prior information, better cover. He should win it. He sees the enemy. He hits the enemy once, hits the enemy twice, and headshots the enemy as the enemy enters a slide. So the enemy is in the open and now has taken 72 damage and has entered a slide animation that essentially prevents him from accurately retaliating because of ADS sway penalties and just animations that kick in. But the enemy gives the person shooting him even more advantages by, of course, being caught off guard, entering the slide, but also jumping, which gives him more penalties and gives the person shooting him more time to shoot at him. Again, if this person is any halfway decent, this guy dies right here. Right here. Arguably, he dies right about there, before he even gets off the ground. The longest this enemy should survive is right about there. Right about there. You are 3 bullets up in this fight. Hit 1 or 2 more shots. You can kill this guy without even taking damage. You don't even have to get in a dangerous situation. But no. The person that posted this clip misses crucial shots. Crucial. Misses there. Continues to miss. Look at this. Look at this. And again, allow me to remind you of the title of this post. I got Call of Dutied. Not I missed and got shit on. Not I understand my mistakes and I understand that I should have aimed better. No accountability. No anything. Immediately goes to Reddit to complain about the fact that he got outplayed by somebody that was that had multiple disadvantages. But I'm not done with this clip. So, as we've established, he has every advantage, he misses crucial shots on somebody in the open he has prior knowledge of, and the person rightfully uses the movement mechanics the developers put in the game to make himself harder to hit, to give him a chance to fight back. And again, him using the movement here doesn't even matter, or shouldn't have mattered, because he shouldn't have lived. But he does live. So, I just want to take note of a few more important things here. The person that posted this clip takes the first bit of damage from the enemy 1 full second into the clip. Need I remind you the TTK of this game? 150 to 250 average milliseconds. He could have killed this guy 4 times over, theoretically. Probably about, realistically, two times over-ish, if he was any good. So we're a full second into the clip, that's when he takes damage. But look at what gun he dies to. The Vector. So, he dies to a weapon that is one of the best close quarter 1v1 weapons in the entire game. No mention of that. No mention of that at all. But of course not. Of course there's no mention of the Vector being the weapon he dies to. Because why would he mention it? That would expose his fucking giant skill issue, right? And again, I just really have to reiterate, the enemy that is using the movement here, he's putting himself at massive extra disadvantages. When he jumps out of a slide, he is incurring massive ADS sway penalties that actually delays his ability to accurately aim and return fire. And he still loses the fight. So make no mistake, this is nothing but a skill issue. This is a real documented skill issue, okay? But I'm gonna go one step further, and I might get shit on in the comments for this, but I think one super important thing we need to understand is actually who these two players are. So we're gonna look at the stats of these two players, and guys, believe it or not, it's really telling. Now, this person posted his gameplay to a public forum that received 3.8 thousand upvotes, so I assume he has absolutely no problem being on other public forums, right? And that's why I have no problem showing his stats. I found both of their stats. So, this is the person that posted the clip. This is Sergeant Giacomo. This is Sergeant Giacomo. We are talking about a player that has a sub 1 KD, who is a bot farmer. Look at this. How do I know he's a bot farmer? He has a 1.81 kills per minute and a 3.8 KD, but a 0.95 player KD. Player KD doesn't take AI kills into account. So we're talking about a person that has a sub 1 KD, 32% win rate, and KPM that I would be willing to bet anything that is sub 1. The only reason that his KPM is this high is because he bot farms. And if you look at his weapon accuracy, look at this, 17%. Sub 10% with the RPK, 19%. Decent players, anywhere between 20 and I've even seen up to 27, 30% accuracy. Now, the person that killed him is very obviously just a better player. Very obviously, if you look at his stats. His player KD is double that of the person that initially posted this, okay? And I understand KD isn't the best metric of everything, blah, blah, blah. I totally get it. But when you look at the stats and really compare things, look at this. So this guy is a free-to-play RedSec player. You can tell if you look at his modes, Gauntlets, right? So he plays Gauntlets free-to-play, which is why his win rate is so bad, okay? Because you're not going to be winning a bunch of Gauntlet matches all the time. But again, if you look at this guy's accuracy, it's just better across the board. This guy's clearly a better player. 22% accuracy, 27 with the KTS, 24, 32 with the AK205, right? And again, taking a look at this guy's accuracy, you won't find, look at this, 29% accuracy with the revolver. That should be somewhere 40, 50%. 15% accuracy with the SGX. So this clip actually demonstrates exactly what should have happened. The better player won. That's all this clip shows. The better player won. That's it. So with that being said, we're going to move on to another complete bullshit post that I need to push back on because apparently nobody else wants to do it. This post is even funnier because they actually get 2v1'd in the open, which should never happen in this game. We're going to watch the clip just to get a good understanding. Once again, we're going to watch it 3 times, and then I'm going to start with the breakdown. All right, so jumps across that cover and kills both of them. Walks in, sees multiple people. Okay, and one last time here. Okay. So, where do I even begin with this clip? Okay, so walks in, sees multiple people here. Now, with this many people on the screen right now, it is very safe to assume there are also people in this corner. He takes this gunfight, kills this guy, and for some reason continues shooting after he's dead. He could be attempting a pre-fire on a guy that might walk out of this left corner into his crosshair. I don't personally think he's good enough for that. I don't think this was a pre-fire. I think this was him overshooting on this kill. I think he simply didn't stop shooting when he should have after that kill. Now, if this was a pre-fire, he made a crucial error when it comes to pre-firing. He's in a terrible position to pre-fire here because you're essentially a statue just shooting. And when you have cover like this, that the enemy doesn't have to peek, and you're that close to it, any enemy that's in this corner can understand, hey, maybe I can jump peek this guy, force a massive aim adjustment to make him miss, and then kill him in the open. Because he's not safe. He's not pre-firing from a good position. He should be pre-firing from way farther back with cover, not right next to the corner where the enemies can make a play on him. So, crucial mistake if this is a pre-fire. Now, how does he die here? So as you can see, whoever this guy is, you're a fucking hero. You're a complete Giga Chad for this play. This guy takes all the risk. All the risk. He says, I'm just going to straight up in the open 2v1 these people with raw skill and movement. He should die if any one of these guys are good because he is not playing optimally. The optimal play here is to basically hold an angle. But you know what? This fucking psycho, this Giga Chad, says I'm gonna fucking slide in the open and try to brute force this with mechanics and aim. And he does. Bravo, sir. However, it's very important to understand this isn't the optimal play. He is giving them, again, every single advantage to kill him. Now, play the clip here. This aim, we're not even gonna talk about this aim. Do I need to elaborate on this aim? The man misses every damn shot. Just every shot. I don't even know who he did 25 damage here to. I think it was this guy in the corner. I think he hit this guy. He hit this guy in the corner. But we can all understand the man just completely whiffed. And credit to the person that killed him, he timed the jump peak really well. This was well executed timing, but it's more than that. Look at how this guy times this and where he lands. The person that kills this guy understands that he can time the jump and get the distance of the jump down to where he can kill the guy that posted this clip, the guy that just died, in the open, while also repositioning. So he's doing two things at once. He's killing that guy and repositioning to this piece of cover in order to take the 2v1 with his teammate, prones to break line of sight, stands up, jumps back across this guy's screen, destroys that guy in the open. This guy's a psycho. But anyway, whiffs everything. This guy destroys him with a better weapon in CQC once again, by the way. M417, you can see 34 damage, 45 damage, 22 damage. 3 BTK, done. You're just dead. And I believe he was using a DRS here. You lose the 1v1 to that gun, I think, almost every time in CQC in the 3 BTK range. Boom, jumps across. This is, guys, I need you to understand. None of these people took any accountability for their gameplay mistakes. They immediately went to Reddit to complain about the players that completely fucking outplayed them in every single regard, while giving them advantages. This player base is delusional. We need to call this shit out more, man. There is nothing wrong with the movement in these clips. It's not overpowered, as I have demonstrated, as I have spoken about in these clips. The people that are using these movement mechanics, the people that are taking all the risk, they are at massive, massive disadvantages. They are incurring ADS sway penalties for even trying to be aggressive like that. They are going in the open. They are giving up all cover. They are going against the meta playstyle. They're trying to utilize mechanics in a skillful and aggressive way. And they get rewarded for doing so because they're better players that are utilizing mechanics. They're using more advanced gameplay. And the Battlefield community, they post to Reddit. They use these clips as evidence for these mechanics needing to be removed. They advocate for the removal and the nerf of all of these mechanics. They call them exploits. I mean, just look at the comments on some of these posts, dude. Just look at this disgusting fucking shit. Ruins the game. Not as much as lack of hardcore. I'll drop a separate truth nuke in this video. Hardcore isn't hardcore at all. Hardcore is a mode for bad players that can't aim, and it always has been. Skill issue. I'm sorry. Both of these clips are well-documented, irrefutable examples of skill issues. That's it. And I'm tired of it. Because these posts get too much traction, and the Battlefield player base takes absolutely no accountability for any of their mistakes, ever. It's disgusting. And now I'm going to go into a separate rant, okay? If these people had it their way, and they nerf the jump, and they nerf the slide, and they make everything slower, it would destroy the game. It wouldn't just make the game worse. It would make the game unplayable. You need mechanics in games. It forms depth. It forms the gameplay of the game. If the gameplay of the game is nothing more than people staring at corners, is that even a fucking game? Like, seriously, guys. If we take jumping out of the game, if we remove sliding, if we do the things they ask, the gameplay would be fucking terrible. You need a skill gap. That's why Battlefield 4 was so renowned. That's why Battlefield 4 is so loved. It's because Battlefield 4 had a skill gap. It had depth. It had things to learn, but it was easy to pick up and hard to master. That's the key. All these people want is for the game to be easy to pick up. That's it. They want their playstyle catered to. They want their skill issue acknowledged and catered to. And that's it. So, fuck both of these Reddit posts and the Battlefield community. I mean, I'm sorry, most of you guys don't know what you're talking about. I'm really sorry about it, but I've never seen a more incompetent community when it comes to an FPS game. If they had it their way, they would destroy the game. These people need to go play a different game. They need to go play a game that would satisfy what they want. Squad, Arma, Hell Let Loose, whatever it may be. And that's what I'm going to leave this video off with. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you guys understand the point of this video. I'm tired of this shit. And there needs to be more pushback. Because, guys, these clips are just nothing more than a legitimate skill issue. And that's it. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.